Evening students, today we are going to study History Chapter 3 Nationalism in India. Till now we have completed with the idea of Satyagraha, the Rowlatt Act, non-cooperation movement. In that we have studied how non-cooperation movement worked in towns and cities, Swaraj in plantations. We have done with the civil disobedience movement, how it was started. It was started with the Salt March and how participants saw the movements, different movements. Now we'll study on the topic the limits of civil disobedience movement, Pune Act and the sense of collective belongings. Now students, let's start with the first topic, the limitations of the civil disobedience movement. In this topic, we are going to learn that what are the different reasons for the unsuccessful of these movements, that is the non-cooperation and the civil disobedience movement. What were the different reasons that the non-cooperation and the civil disobedience movement not successful? Number one, not all social groups were moved by the concept of Swaraj. Congress had ignored Dalit and depressed class because of the fear of offending the conservative high class Hindus. But Mahatma Gandhi declared that Swaraj would not come for next 100 years if untouchability would not be eliminated. He called the untouchable as Harijans, means the children of God. He also organized Satyagraha to secure them entry into the temples, assess public wells, tanks, roads, and schools. He himself cleaned toilets to dignify the work of the Bhangis, that is, the sweepers, and persuaded upper castes to change their heart and give up the sin of untouchability. Some of the Muslim political organizations in India were also lukewarm in their response to the civil disobedience movement. From mid-1920, Congress was most visible as Hindu dominating party because they joined Hindu Mahasabha. So Muslims started keeping away. After the decline of the non-cooperation Khilafat movement, a large section of the Muslims felt alienated from the Congress. From the mid-1920s, the Congress came to be more visibly associated with openly Hindu religious nationalist groups like the Hindu Mahasabha. As relations between Hindu and Muslims worsened and each community organized religious processions with militant fervor, provoking Hindu-Muslim communal riots in various cities. Every riot deepens the distance between the two communities. The next point is Muhammad Ali Jinnah demanded separate electorate for Muslims as he feared that the culture and identity of minorities would be lost under dominating Hindu majority. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, one of the leaders of the Muslim League, was willing to give up the demand for separate electorates if Muslims were assured reserved seats in the Central Assembly and representation in proportion to population in the Muslim dominating provinces, that is the Bengal and the Punjab. Negotiations over the questions of representation continued, but all hopes of resolving the issue at the All-Party Conference in 1928 disappeared when M.R. Jaikar of the Hindu Mahasabha strongly opposed efforts at compromise. Next point is Muslim League was established in 1920 and it gave a vital blow to the united struggle. Next point, the industrial working class did not participate in large number except Nagpur regions. So these were the different topics, different points of the limitations why the CDM was not successful. Now students, let's move to the next topic, Pune Act. Many Dalit leaders were keen on a different political solution to the problem of the community. They began organizing themselves, demanding reserved seats in educational institutions and a separate electorates that would choose Dalit members for legislative council. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was nominated as the leader of oppressed class for roundtable conference. He clashed with Gandhiji, demanding separate electorate for Dalits. British accepted Ambedkar demand. Gandhiji began fast unto death. He was not because he believed that separate electorates for Dalit would slow down the process of integration of the society. Now move to the next topic, the sense of collective belongings. Pune Act was signed in September 1932. It gave depressed class reserved seats in provincial and central legislative council, but they were to vote by the general electorate. Nationalism spreads when people began to believe that they are all parts of the same nation, when they discover some unity that binds them together. Now, what are the different reasons that make people the feeling of sense of collective belongings? Number one, through experience of united struggles, through varieties of cultural processes. For example, history and fictions, folklores and songs, popular prints and symbols. These are the different reasons through which people feel that they belong to one nation. Identity of nation as image of Bharat Mata created by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay also created oneness amongst the people. They started feelings that they have a common mother called Bharat Mata. 1870, he wrote Vande Matram as hymn of motherland, widely sung all over the Bengal during the Swadeshi movement. 1905, painting of Bharat Mata by Abhinendranath Tagore also created a good feeling amongst oneness amongst the people of India. He created as an ascetic figure, calm, composed, divine and spiritual. Bharat Mata acquired many forms. It was circulated in prints, was painted by various artists. Students, you can see this is a picture of Bankim Chandra who created the image of Bharat Mata and wrote Vande Matram. Students, you can see this is a picture of image of Bharat Mata made by Abhindranath Tagore as an ascetic figure, calm, composed, divine and spiritual. See, you can see that Bharat Mata acquired many forms, circulated in prints, painted by various artists. Evidence of nationalism. If devotion to this mother figure came to be seen as evidence of one's nationalism, ideas of nationalism also developed through a movement to revive Indian folklore. In Bengal, Rabindranath Tagore collected ballads, nursery rhymes, and myths, led the movement for folk revival. In Madras, Natesha Sastry published 4 volumes of Tamil folklores. The folklore of southern India believed folklore was national literature. most trustworthy manifestations of people's real thoughts and characteristics. Some important icons and symbols also develops good feelings for the nationalism. With the development of nationalist movement, leaders become aware of symbols and icons in unifying the people, inspiring sense of nationalism. During the Swadeshi movement in Bengal, a tricolor flag in red, green, and yellow was designed. It has 8 lotuses represented 8 provinces of British India and a crescent moon representing Hindu and Muslims. By 1921, Gandhiji has designed the Swaraj flag. It was again a tricolor flag in red, green, and white color and had a spinning wheel in the center representing the Gandhian ideal of self help. Carrying the flag, holding it aloft during march became a symbol of defiance. Student, you can see this is a picture, a tricolor flag designed in Bengal during the Swadeshi movement in red, green, and yellow color with 8 lotuses as 8 provinces and crescent moon representing Hindu Muslim unity. Students, you can see another flag, a Swaraj flag designed by Gandhiji in 1921 in red, green, and white color with spinning wheel become the symbol of defiance. The means of creating a feeling of nationalism was through reinterpretation of history, through art and literature, through science and mathematics, and through literature, religion, and culture. By the end of the 19th century, many Indians began feeling that to instill a sense of pride in nation, Indian history has to be thought about differently. The British saw Indians as backward and primitive and incapable of governing themselves. In response, Indians began looking into the past to discover India's great achievement. They wrote about the glorious development in ancient past when art and architecture, science and mathematics, religion and culture, law and philosophy, craft and trade had flourished. This glorious time, in their view, was followed by the history of decline when India was colonized. Readers urged to take pride in history and struggle to change British rule. But when Hindu past was glorified and image of Mata glorified, people of other community felt left out. Now, let's move to the conclusion. Anger towards the colonial government bringing people of the various groups together. Congress tried to channel people's grievances in organized movement for independence. National unity forced through many movements, but everyone had different aspirations and expectations. Thanks for watching this video, dear students.